What's going on, everybody? It's live time. Just making sure that we're live. Checking my streams. Checking my phone. Checkity check 1 2. There we go. And making sure I can hear myself, which I can. So fantastic. Super excited to be live. I've been doing some shows again. I got another bunch of different things going on. But super pumped. Tonight we're going to talk about an epiphany that happened while I was on a plane recently from boredom. So a friend posted a post today about being bored and create space to be bored and what that can do for the ideas and the creations and the brain flows and the juices. So that's what I'm going to talk about for a minute. It's just me, no guests tonight except for my friends, the crayons and the mohawks, and of course my innovation agile model over here. But yeah, so if you're there, throw me a comment. Let me know who you are, where you're watching from. I mean, I see who you are when your name pops up, but I don't know you're there unless you tell me. So hopefully you are. Hopefully he's having a great day. This is post 7, or no, 6, post 6 of 10 posts that I'm doing today, all in one day. I got this challenge from a friend. So a whole group of us are doing it, and it's pretty fun. So it's a whole different kind of juice creative. I got an article to write, a gift to make, and some more stuff I got to do tonight before the time puts up. So more coming from me later. But being bored, when you're bored, I think there's so much stimulation that happens now. And I'm not the expert on this. I'm not the psychologist, boredom, whatever. I'm just a guy. This is my experience. But when we have so much coming at us, we constantly have access to stuff, whether it's a book, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, music, something. There's always things that we can look at. I know I do it. And when I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Oh, I was just sitting here. Oh, let's pick up my phone. Let's look at this. Let's look at that. So you're not allowing your brain to like think and like go and wander and see what happens. So much power can come from boredom, and so much creativity can come from boredom. Most of the things that, maybe half, I don't know the numbers, a lot of things that were created and continue to be created come from either boredom or frustration. Now, the frustrated thing, that's a different topic, different time. But the boredom side, your brain just is a magical thing when it can wander and see and look and make up song. When I don't have anything going on, like I have no music, thing to look at, whatever, I start doing things in song. Not awesome, cool song like a music artist. Like I'm not a writer by any points, like in that way, but more of just like I just kind of I'm used to beats and things. I listen to music so much. I just start like making up songs. I'm looking up because I'll do it when I'm looking at the ceiling, I'm looking at the floor, the wall. I just put things in the song in my head. It doesn't make any sense, but it's just how my brain works. But then, so this recently happened. Recently, I flew on a plane, and um, plane did not have Wi-Fi. They did not have videos, free nothing. So they had a little card that was like this big, and that was it. There was nothing on that plane. So whatever you brought, you had. That's all you had on you. So anyone that's joined, welcome live right now. It'll also be available. You may watch this later. It'll be a short one. But so I'm back on that plane. So and if you are watching, throw me a comment. What's up? Tell me where you're watching from. Hope you're having a good day. No, nothing. Well, I've got music. I've got downloaded Spotify. I've got a book, a physical book on me. I've got a movie I could watch. But I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to wander, let my brain wander. And I turned a little bit of music on. I turned the book on tape for a minute, but that created my juices flowing. I turned some music on. My juices kept flowing again. And I was like, let's just see. I got my pen and paper out. I just started writing some stuff down. And I got bored. I just sat there. And the less stimulated I was by phone, book, movie, whatever, music, the more my brain started to go. And it started to go. And if you know me, I got the ADHDs. Well, I've heard of that ADHD. I got 80 of them. So, yes, I got all the ADHDs. My brain was going, and it was just flying. And I'm just writing stuff down. And I'm thinking about all these projects, this one, that one, this one. And then it started to focus. It started to get real hyper targeted on the specific creative project that I'm working on right now. And So I started going, and I was going, and it was giving me inspiration. And I was like, Lindy's sitting next to me, so I'm like bumping her on the plane, and I'm like just writing. Arrgh. And then all of a sudden, while I'm writing one thing, another thing kicks into play. And so another, like I've had lots of thoughts, but like another very targeted one. And so I like jump a few pages so I don't want to get them blended. And I just start going. And this was an idea I originally had 11 years ago. And I've gone back and forth, but I haven't really put much to it. And everything just came. And it was one of those moments like I was breaking pens. I was writing so hard I broke my pen, and it like flew off to the lady next to me, and like pieces came off of it. And then just everyone's like, "What's going on?" Luckily, it wasn't crazy, but it felt crazy to me. I'm just going. So Lindy gives me another pen, and I just keep going. I ended up like tearing through the paper, so I was like I couldn't get it out fast enough, so it came out like hard, I guess, on the paper. But and then I just like sat back. I was like, it was this epiphany that I couldn't have had I been doing what I do every day life. Couldn't have had I been stimulated constantly by all these different things going on. So I mean, there's a lot of factors. One just being unplugged in a way. I had access to things, but I chose not to do it, and I let my mind just wander. And then two, giving myself the space to wander, not making myself so busy that I could just kind of float. Because I work on planes and stuff. I was like, this time I'm not going to. I'm just going to see what happens. And so many things. And I got some major clarity on some stuff that's going to be coming out. Some stuff, projects you may know, see me doing already. Some new ones are going to come out. Some old ones I'm going to breathe some life into that nobody really knows about except for Lindy. So I'm freaking excited. Lesson here that I want to share is find a way to be bored. Create space that your brain doesn't do anything, isn't stimulated, doesn't have all this stuff going on, because our brains don't, or I think they're less creative. And I forget this, and I get sucked into it, and I like listening to music all the time and always have my brain pushing different things. But I think it's valuable to be bored and just let your brain sit there. Go sit outside, throw some rocks, go to the park, throw some rocks in the water, skip some rocks, do whatever. Find a way to be bored and just let it flow. Just let it out. Whatever happens, happens. And maybe nothing happens, but maybe you just unplug. Maybe it's just your brain gets a rest. And that's valuable too. They have these flotation pods that I do, and I'll go and uh, get them, and they're sensory deprivation, so it removes smell, sight, sound, uh, touch, because you're floating, whatever the other senses are. Clearly, I'm not the smart guy or the degree guy with all the knowledge of the brain and the workings of the body. But you go and I float in it, and a similar thing happens where I have to actually sometimes stop, write a bunch of things down, and then get back in because my brain's goes so much and has all these ideas, because I'm creating space to let my brain wander instead of constantly keeping it engaged all the time. So be bored, give it a shot, create some blocks of time to find that boredom, to find that space, and let your brain just go. It's going to be uncomfortable at first, especially we're so used to like you may not like be nervous. Like my brain could go in some crazy places. Some of the things I've gone through in my life, but it's okay. Just see what happens. I mean, be safe, obviously. Don't turn your brain off while you're driving or something, or doing something you need to pay attention to. But see what happens. That's all I've got tonight. It's a short 10-minute liver. Be awesome. Be the reason someone has an awesome day. I am going to go and work on my other posts I've got to do today for this 10 posts in 1 day challenge that I'm doing today in January. Be yourself and just have a great day. And if it's not, that's okay. Have a great day tomorrow or the next day. It'll come. You're awesome. Talk to y'all soon. See ya.